So this is going to be a very brief talk. It's JavaScript with typecheck. Well, I know that type checking in JavaScript is not a very consensual issue, but I guess that when we start, for people that likes type checking, when we start working with
The other mic, don't forget the other mic is off for the people at the...
okay, when we start working with TypeScript, we miss this functionality, this safety net that the types provide when we are back for working with JavaScript projects. But then this is just a simple explanation that we can leverage the TypeScript tools even if the project is a JavaScript plain project without any TypeScript infrastructure or build process. So I try to mimic Thomas and start with the why. That's why type checking avoids many common errors on compile time instead of runtime, and instead of relying 100% on unit tests. How is leverage the TypeScript compiler, JsDocs, types, that's pretty awesome. And of course code editor helps, and do that with typecheck. And this is just a print screen of the editor that I use with a typical JavaScript code, where here you have a function, an offender function, and the export, and of course the spec, the unit test, it checks every outcome of this. So it checks that the double should return the number multiplied by 2, and checks that the offender throws an exception, which it does. So no, not the offender, the doubler. If past the string, it should raise an error, like here. Type is an error. See that here we don't see anything regarding the this will never run on runtime. We have no visual help or anything. Just it's there. We can use, and then it break on runtime. But this is obviously will never run. Okay, so the idea here is by leveraging this is what I call the first step is to use JsDocs, which is cool if the project has only JavaScript without any TypeScript on the build process. Okay, so it's only comments for it's agnostic on for the build process. So this is just a simple annotation to say that the parameter should be a number and the return should be a number. Okay, and what it allows here you can see that the only change on the unit test is that it uses the no check, because well, we want to pass invalid values to the function. So if you don't do this, the compiler will check here and will raise a compile time that it won't run, but we know it. So we can see here that the unit tests, when we run, it's the same one. If we check here, they do exactly the same. The only difference is the no check. Sorry. The only difference is the no check. And the only difference on the left side, on the implementation, it's the comments. It's not passing. I'm not sure. Okay, so here, if you see the only difference from here to here, okay, I think there's a lag. But the only difference from the previous version to this one are comments. So what we gain about it? We gain this. We can have TSC, the TypeScript compiler, installed on our local machines without ever touching the configuration of the project. And then it allows us to see that this offender causes a compilation error that we can catch on all situations with regarding the unit tests. Okay, so the unit tests they run the same. Actually, is marked as to be no checked by the TypeScript compiler. But then when we do, like, we can leverage this as an extra safety net for the development. So, okay, the client doesn't want for us to use TypeScript, but we can use as a tool to prevent us from doing common mistakes like this. Okay. I created here. I created, of course, a repository for this, but also I wanted to show you some examples on the real behavior and some cool thing that I think, for example, when you here we can see that we still have no this is live, so here you still can see anything about this offender here. There's no visual help on the editor. This could be added. There's the, if you go to the preferences on the Visual Studio, check JS. Check JS. Okay, so this is a global configuration. So again, we will not touch in anything regarding the project configuration. And this we can find already here, the visual aid that it won't compile. So I think it's pretty cool to have this help by the editor, and having the help by using the command line. Then we can create a batch for this. Another thing that I think it's cool also is that since it leverages on TypeScript compiler, we can leverage all ourselves on the types libraries. So, for example, I'm doing some freestyle here, so I can remove this, and you see here. But the function describe is not doesn't exist. Well, it is because it's on the configuration. But we can add, for example, a very silly package, for example. Okay, I don't care about the vulnerability, and I can inject here, for example, this new library. That's wrong keyboard. Okay, and okay, so we don't know the signature of UUID. Okay, it's regular plain JavaScript, and that's what we get most of the time when we are on a JavaScript project. We add a package, we add a npm package, and then we get this all, any, or whatever. Okay, so what can we do? We can use the same tools that we use for TypeScript. And now oh. Yeah. Yeah, and then now we already have syntax highlight and all this sort of signature. Okay, and we still are working on a JavaScript project. We haven't touched the build process. Everything that the only dependency here for us is the of course the code editor that supports for all the visual help, but for the compiler, for the command line check, all we need is the Typescript compiler to be installed on the system, and then we get all these aids. Like for that, I think they are pretty useful, and they improve a lot the experience on programming on JavaScript. At least that's my understanding. That's my experience. That's it. Any questions?
Yeah. So this have a little bit of impact because we need to add these dependencies to package JSON. So the team need to assume that we are using TypeScript.
No, actually, the TypeScript can be like a developers only tool. It doesn't have to be committed. For example, here when I'm using TSC.
Because you are installing, but you are not adding to the package.
The compiler or the dependencies.
The dependencies.
Okay. This dependency is like it was a business dependency. Okay, and it's a dependency on the package JSON. Yeah, the types is a dev dependency. The dev dependency is not deployed. So.
My question is if it is declared on the package JSON file.
Yeah, this must be. This must be. Although
so the team needs to assume that it is using the TypeScript. My question is, this have an impact on the client because the client will know that we are using that, and if the client is using JavaScript, is because they are not open to migrate to TypeScript.
It will be available for the code base owner, for the client, to see that we have this dev dependency on the types, for example.
This will probably work even if you don't add it to the package JSON, but you install it in Node modules.
Yes.
It will probably work and will not even touch the package.json.
Yeah, if you use the flag not to save on the package, this
just temporarily, just for that.
It will work on your machine.
Yeah.
Your machine until
you delete.
the node models again.
Yes. Yeah. What I mean with this, so this would be like, this is like a third step. The first step is based on comments only, the JsDocs. This third step, because yes, it requires a change on the package JSON, but it's not a change that has any impact on the on the build pipeline nor on the deployment payload. Okay, that's for example, in Condé Nast, there are some things that they are done in TypeScript. There are some things that they are done in JavaScript. And when I discovered that, I asked our counterpart there if it was okay to add the types libraries to provide us better checking, and then he was okay. It won't go to production. It won't change. It won't affect the build pipeline. So yes, he was cool with that.
But what's preventing from adding it to the pipeline? This
We don't need to do it. This.
Are they using Babel for JavaScript?
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's just a matter of.
Yeah, it could be done.
if they are open to add this to the package JSON, they are using TypeScript on the other projects. Maybe you can add this to the pipeline, to the CI.
Yes, but
It's an additional check to always have in the pipeline.
yes, but if they don't want to do it, like yeah, it's something that we.
Maybe they will allow to add the pipeline.
Yes.
Just do it locally.
But is it because of legacy code that isn't type-checked?
Yes.
Yeah, so if the main reason why you cannot add this to the pipeline is because the rest of the code.
Yes, the rest of the code is not checked, and then they are not. In this particular case, their code in TypeScript, there's code in JavaScript. So I think that they haven't changed yet, and they have plans to do it in the future. I don't know. I hope so, and I think it is, but they don't want to change it everything right now. But we can still work on JavaScript, having this kind of visual helpers and this kind of this kind of command line like compiler.
TypeScript application to check it, but you're working with Babel, but you can check it with TypeScript.
Yeah. Well, this is just an extra step that, for me, I think it adds some value. Well, while not changing the build process. That's it. It's not. I think I like type checking. But this is just an opinion. I like TypeScript better than JavaScript because of that. But not everyone feels the same. So this is a matter of, okay, I won't be offending anyone imposing TypeScript, but still get the tools that I like. Okay, that's it.
Can you actually use more complex types on the JsDocs?
Yes. You can do, for example, you can do promise, or for example, if you can put here. That's something that's pretty cool here. If you do like this, the type here is number, okay, and returns number. If you create another one, you can see here is a promise to number. The inference mechanism here knows that this function returns a number, and this is a promise since it's an async, so it infers the type. Just like when on TypeScript we assign a variable to number 1.
But that also opens with JavaScript.
Yes, the problem.
Sex.
Huh? Continue.
Wish?
Besides promises, how do you represent more complex data types like objects?
For example, you can create kind of an interface here, okay? So if I'm returning something that has a toString, okay, so
Which, by complex data types, you mean like if I declare a class, for instance?
An object.
An object, a function.
yes, you can do like this. Actually, I'm not sure by memory how to do it, but I know it's possible, and I think I can do it like this here.
The thing is, Visual Studio Code supports has support for JsDoc natively. So what is supported here is whatever is supported on JsDoc. So if you want to put a more complex object on JsDoc,
like this of course. I'm not sure if I am showing here, Luis. Okay.
That's the inferred type.
Yes.
I was wondering how can you do, for example, you have a function that takes a callback and you want to specify the interface for that callback. How would you do it?
Yeah, if you specify the type, okay, because the types can be declared also in JsDoc, so you can do it, okay. And of course, what we see here is a visual aid based on Visual Studio, but of course these checks, they are also available here on the command line, so it's not dependent on the editor. But for example, I could create a type here, like type def, and I put here and I put the definition, and then you assign the type to the return value of a function, then it will get the type definition. I'm just not sure by memory right now on the syntax of the type def. Yeah.
I'm seeing here online on the documentation type def. You can put type def.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I was saying about VS Code. So VS Code has JsDoc support. So if you do all your type definition on JsDoc, then you will have IntelliSense out of the box on Visual Studio Code.
Yeah.
But that is not related with the TypeScript compiler that Gerardo is mentioning. Gerardo, the TypeScript compiler he is mentioning is more about using the TypeScript compiler to give some kind of type check. This is obvious, right? Because we are passing the flag of a lot of GS, our TypeScript compiler now, he knows how to read JavaScript and to properly check it. And Visual Studio Code, he also gives us a bit of support to see that as kind of linking suggestions on the editor. You have to activate a couple of options to make that work, and you have to have TypeScript compiler installed globally on your machine, so that Visual Studio Code you can activate those settings. I guess what Gerardo is talking about is if you don't use TypeScript, you can come up to a middle term of using JsDoc and the TypeScript compiler to kind of lint your code as it compiles your JavaScript.
Yes.
It's not the same as having the TypeScript, but then if you are on projects where only JavaScript is allowed, you can come up with something a little better than just using the Visual Studio support. You can also use TypeScript compiler to
Yeah.
little help.
So for example, I get this. Okay, so I get this dozen that returns the just A and B. Okay, so it's simple. So here the C, the Visual Studio Code doesn't even mark as an error. But we have this interface inferred here. So if we do this on the compilation, if we compile if we run through the compilation, we should see that it's not expected. Oh no, it's not. Oh yeah, because it's not a proper type. Yeah. So this, for example, then it's an example of, okay, it doesn't cover this, for example. But yeah, it covers other things, other common errors, like related to types.
That's not illegal.
But
That's not illegal.
No, yeah. On TypeScript,
this dynamic.
on
An object already has A and B.
yeah, but what I mean is that this in TypeScript should not be allowed.
If you say
So,
that
but it is JavaScript.
A and B, that should be the type that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even in TypeScript, it's allowed unless you set the strict mode to not allow the any.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't allow any's, then you can.
Yeah. This is the idea.
Yeah.
We want to catch errors. We do not want it runs with unpredictable or unforeseen results. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.